Hey guys, welcome to Choose Your Own Path. We got a new setup. Built the table, just added some of our stuff. So instead of sitting on that little rickety table, we're going to do this. Right, so building, making terrain for a playable area. Just took a piece of styrofoam, burnt in some designs, some flooring, so it's 4x4s. We'll be putting a wall here after. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just giving it a base coat. I put a lighter white, but we also want to get this darkened up to make it look like old ruins. So just mixed a gray and black and a little bit of white and some brown. So it gives you that kind of darker look. So we're just gonna smear it everywhere. We're painting it up. It's just a basic coat, just like a primer, I guess. Then we're gonna put a wash on it. But what we need to do is you got to make sure that your primer has, at least what I use is it's a flow. So that's the kind of mixture I use. I can't remember the name right now. So, and you want it to be liquidy enough so it could fall into those cracks. We took the wood burner and we burnt these holes in to make it better. We'll just go about painting it up. And then we'll let it dry. Alright, stay tuned for that. Hey guys, what's going on? So, we got our base going down. What we're going to do next is we're going to put some walls and a back wall. So what we did was we took a pattern and we traced it out. And then what we did was we cut it perfectly onto the board. And then all we did was we took a pencil and we scored the lines so that it turned out like so. Okay, and you can see there's something happening there, eh? That's a layer thing. So our next thing will be for the side walls. So this is going to be here. You can see that. And we're going to have side walls coming here and then a doorway here. But the side walls, what we're going to do is after we put the stones on both sides to see, we're going to sort of cut it out on the side here, sort of like cut it out here kind of thing, so that it's visible to see for the players. I was thinking that maybe what I should do is build the walls, like cut them and build them. I don't have a hot cutter, and I'll tell you right now, when you're cutting with a knife, you're getting jagged edges. I just picked up a huge, I think it's like a 4x8 sheet of this stuff, and even with the sharpest knife, you have to go really slow in to get really good cuts. So having a hot cutter would be the next step, and I might just get one. We'll see. We're working on it. So what we want to do is have the base here. We want to figure out the top. This will be, like I said, this will be the door or a wall, and then an archway door here, and we want to be on the side. So what we're looking at doing is making sure that we know where we're going to set our door, which I haven't marked out when I did the floors. We still got to put Mod Podge and a wash on this. We're going to do it all together anyway. So we're going to have it set like that. Now, we want the bricks to continue on the outside of this. So what we need to do is basically have this for. I'll just show you guys. It's gonna be a secret door. So basically, what's gonna happen is when the play is, we're gonna figure out some sort of mechanism to turn this. So when it's sitting there, the DM has the option of having a little board in the back and either putting, we may just put like a little rope here And when the play comes, he could say you could open the door by pulling the lever, and the door will, he'll be able to twist the door open like so, either slide in like a monster or a character, or even having maybe a treasure or something. I wanted to make it so that the door would turn like a 360. I made the mistake by, and this is just my stupidity, when you're measuring your styrofoam, anything, any kind of wood, you have to make them exactly the same. And this length and that length was not the same. So when you're turning it, the door would have a huge gap, more than it should. I don't like that. So it's going to be one of those secret halfway doors, okay? That's what I was doing. I didn't want to show you right away, but hey, what the hell. So, like I said, all I want to do now is I'm going to just level this up here, and I'm just going to take a pencil. I think the base is on that side. So I'm going to take a pencil on here, and I'm just going to score a line. Nothing crazy, because we know that that's where the door and the wall will meet. All right. So then again, with the same thing, I got the other pattern that I have here. I'm just going to cut it out so it's not too crazy. These are 5 inches high. So the walls are 5 inches. These are an inch each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches high. And this is 6 inches. Sorry, this is a 6-inch. No, I said that wrong. 2, 4. It's a 6 inches wide and a 5 inches high. So it'll just be good enough for the DM to hide whatever characters he has here. We're gonna build a little stepway box so he can, secretly put stuff in so the other players don't see it. That's what my figuring is. And like I said, the walls will be 5 inches high, but there'll be a sort of a cut all the way through it, so when people are sitting, they can see into it and still move their characters without the wall. A lot of people don't like to play. I know, and let's just refer this to Black Magic Craft doesn't like to build walls for his sets, and I watched a video on that, and the reason is it interferes in the game play. He says, I don't play Dungeons and Dragons, so I have no clue. Not anymore. But I'm thinking if we could bring it down and still have a room, it may look cool. If it doesn't, well, you know what? That's the way it is. So let's get at it. So we're going to take our template, and all we're going to do is line it up to that scored wall. And if you've noticed how it works is this pattern, the white pattern wall will match up to where the pen wall is. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it just kind of flows through. I could have made it different, I guess, where I could have made it up or down. I just wanted to keep the flow going. Remember, this is a beginner's guide to how I do this. They are very basic, and I'm just doing this to learn. Maybe I can sell some, maybe I can't. I don't know. So just taking a tip of a pen without the pen on it, and I'm just going to push down on the lines. That's all I'm going to do. Bring it all the way through. Alright. Because what we want to do after is we want to burn the lines through. So this way I have a visual guide to where I'm going. I'm thinking that's the way it should go. Okay. Not think hard. Don't have to push too deep. You just want to make sure you get all the lines in so then you can see the wall. That's it. And then we'll continue this on to here because we want to go to all 6 feet. Sorry, 12 inches. This is a 12-inch long piece now. And we want this to be pretty much the same as the other ones. So again, we're just going to follow the line. all the way through, and it's going to cut the whole paper. Basically, is cutting our paper through, or like making our bricks. It's just going to go right through it. That's all I got to say. The paper is going to get destroyed. We could use probably a plastic template. That would probably work. I think that would be the next step, is to try that. I don't know. And hopefully, I didn't measure up the wall at the end, but hopefully that goes. So here you have a whole brick wall. It's as simple as that. That's going to sit there. This is going to go in. And then we may just have to score a little line. In fact, let's do that now. What we're going to do is we're just going to put, it's going to be the same kind of setup for the other side. So we're just going to score, or we'll trace it first. And then we just score it in with our pencil. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's old and it's a brick. Now, the other side is going to have the same thing. So what we want to do is to make sure we have the same pattern on the other side. Maybe it makes a difference, maybe it doesn't. It's just the outside and the inside, two different visual effects. But the bricks should be the same because it's the same mold, right? So what we'll do is turn it around. We'll score the same two sides, like so. Just use a pencil for this one. We'll do the other side here. Very simple build, like so. So now we know that our walls are on this side, on that side. So we're gonna just turn this around and do the other side. I'll get back. All right. So once we got both sides done, now what we want to do is we want to score in the lines. We have our burner here, and we're not going to crank it up too high. We'll plug it in first, of course. We don't want to crank it too high. We're gonna put it full heat just to get the tip red, and then we're going to bring it down to a slow, either 7 or 6, and we are just going to lightly burn it. And if that's too hot, we're going to bring it down, and the lines don't have to be straight. We want to kind of give them wavy lines inside our cuts, so it doesn't look like it's perfect. Because back in the day, or in those days, they didn't have perfect machinery to build, my understanding. So we're just going to go about and cut all the way through, not all the way, sorry, halfway through, or not even half, just a quarter of the way. It just runs enough to where, for me, it runs enough to where the screw is. And we're going to just do that all the way through. So I'll do this and get back. Alright, so once you did your burning, your tiles should look something like this. Now the next step, what we did was we put some texture in it. So I went ahead and did the big ones on camera. And then the door being the inside. So all it is a piece of foil, and then you just basically push down, and it will give you that texture of it looking like it's kind of broken in or worn out, old looking kind of thing. So we're not going to do the other part of the door right away, the top part. So what we did was we took a piece of, this is like an old, just a brush, it's like a sponge brush. And what we're going to do is we're going to insert that. We drilled a hole there already. So we're going to insert it and put it as far as we can, okay? So then that will stick through the archway, and then when it's time, you can turn the door side to side. It'll be on the top. It'll be just sticking out just enough so you can do it. So we'll insert that in after we paint. Something different, good idea, I guess. Let me know if you think it's okay. Let me know if you like it. If you don't like it, whatever. So we're just gonna basically finish up a bit of this, like so. And then we're gonna get our paints ready to prime all this stuff. Then it has to set. Hey guys, welcome back to Choose Your Own Path. Today we have a special guest. This is my nephew, Alain. Same last name as me. Can't you see the resemblance?
I'm prettier.
He's got my face.
Wait,
so today he's here to help me out. We are finishing the build of our castle, or what would you call that?
Super secret hall.
Secret hall. That's what it is. So what Alain's going to be doing today is we're going to take the walls down like we said. We want to be able to see visually inside, for like the DM himself will be in the back and the players on the side, and be able to get in their moves. So what he's planning on doing is taking down the wall by following the bricks, and then we'll have an extra wall on the side. So that's what we're going to do today. He's going to be using our fancy dancy cutter. So we will set you up with that. You just got to regulate your heat on here, what you want, because it gets really hot.
It is a pyro thing.
Yeah, he's got a lot of that stuff on there. So
it gets hot quickly too.
I don't think it's gonna take too long, because he's gonna cut right there. Is that enough heat?
No, it's very hot.
Very hot. Okay. So he's gonna do that on both sides, and then we're just gonna have to do some repainting on it and that. So it should be fairly simple. It is hot.
Yeah.
The nice thing about having some sort of hot knife is we could do this standing. Now, what Alain did was he took some toothpicks and he put them inside the bottom, so we would hold it solid. He doesn't have to worry about it moving around. We know exactly where we want it to go. Like I said, this is more of a visual effect for the players to actually be able to see inside, and we don't have to worry about that being affected.
Don't have to worry about the spinning of the terrain, because then everybody will be able to see from every which angle. Except for the DM, who's got his secret stash hiding behind the secret door.
And then with the gap that I have for the secret door, we're gonna sort of incorporate it so it's kind of more hidden inside. It's more of that look. I think we'll keep on going.
Now you see, compared to the back wall, you can see straight in, just like that. And fancy wall. Make the wall higher. Add it to the top here to make it like even higher. Hide the knob if we wanted to. And here, so we have easy view, both sides, even on this side, do the secret door, this will be much more hidden, probably. I don't know. So we'll get back to it in a few minutes once he gets back. So see you in a bit. Hey guys, I'm back. So what we did here is that we worked on hiding the jams for the secret door. So what we did is use a standard, where are they? Tongue depressor type piece of wood, cut off the round ends, really big popsicle stick. And what we're doing is that one vertical piece will be glued to the door, and one other vertical piece will be glued to the wall, so that when we turn, we have an automatic stopping mechanism when we do want to open and close it. And it also hides the vertical gaps. And here on the top, we'll putting two tongue depressors lapped over with a third one to make it look like we have a horizontal support beam, which is normal when you're building something, is that you'll have vertical horizontal support beams, but we'll have an extra support on top of the vertical posts, which normally would look not so odd, but it also in game would support the mechanism inside the wall. We've also started on a second end wall for this hall room. So we've already done one side, and we've already prepped the other side to heat gun to carve out all the bricks and all the details. And eventually we'll be starting working on some small torches, small torches, just to add more what's the word I'm looking for, atmosphere to our pieces. So as you can see, by using this piece here, and say we'll be using the tallest miniature that I could find, which was my 1980s Games Workshop gargoyle, which for some reason got destroyed somehow, maybe perhaps in all the multiple moves that I've done to gauge height, but not width, because you know something's got to guard the door. See, it's roughly, we'll say, a 10 to 15 foot high door in a castle, which wouldn't be weird, but you know what you're gonna do, because this is the best thing about HeroQuest, is the gargoyle. See you guys later.